Hello and welcome to another edition of Iron Port, the program that brings Ghana's shipping and maritime industry closer to you. This program is proudly brought to you by the Ghana Revenue Authority, Goil PLC, Serene Insurance, Ghana Link and the Meridian Port Services Limited, MPS. It is powered by the Ghana Ports and Herbal Authority, and our media partner is the Business and Financial Times. Viewers, this week our discussion is twofold. We'll begin with a conversation we had with the Meridian Port Services, the operators of the Terminal 3 and the Port of Tema, on the operationalization of the new Herbal Jetty, that is what I'm standing on, and how it is supposed to enhance efficiency at the Port of Tema. We had this conversation with the operations manager at MPS, Emmanuel Heneado. Take a listen.
And tell us what a Herbal Jetty is.
Yeah,
Can you explain that? Yes.
Yeah, let me just give you a little background.
How that works, yeah.
A background to this jetty at Terminal 3. We were looking at benchmarking our performance in terms of vessel stay, the port stay of vessels with leading container terminals.
Right.
And we realized that we were quite behind. So definitely, once we are quite behind in the area of idle time of arrival and idle time at departure. If you talk about idle time of arrival, we are referring to the time that the time that the vessel the vessel come on board and the start of operations.
Yes.
And if you talk about departure, we talk about when we load the last container and also until the vessel actually sails. And as I said, we realized that we were a little bit quite behind compared to other terminals.
Yes.
So we actually had to, there was something that we were supposed to do about it. So somewhere at the beginning of last year, we had to engage the harbor master, the port health, the customs, and the shipping lines.
Yes.
To be able to review our pre-arrival procedures and the post-completion procedures to see how best we could eliminate some waste in the processes, so that we can able to reduce our idle time, similar to what happens at with these world-class terminals. And so after the end of 2022, we reviewed the process and we realized that we've actually made some gains. In terms of idle time of arrival, we used to be hovering around 119 minutes, close to 2 hours. But we've been able to reduce it to 54 minutes.
Wow.
A reduction
from 100 and something.
119 minutes to 54 minutes.
That's
about 55% decrease. And also, when you look at the idle time at departure, we've also reduced from 195 minutes to 154, a decrease of 21 minutes. But we still found that with these gains, we are still behind the world-class terminals, where the target is 30 minutes idle time of arrival and 30 minutes idle time at departure.
Right.
But we realized that, so we also sat down again and realized that one of the actions that we could take was because, you know, the tugboats, the current tugboats and pilots are stationed in Terminal 1, which is on average about 30 minutes drive time to Terminal 3.
Okay.
So it will be best if we bring them closer to Terminal 3, the beds at Terminal 3.
Right.
So fortunately for us, we had a platform about just 100 meters to the bed of Terminal 3, where we used it during the project stage. We used it to transport our casings for the construction of the quay wall. Right. So what happened is that we contacted once again the harbor master and his team, and together with our team, they redesigned the place and to make sure that we have into a jetty. Right. Whereby now we can have the pilots closer, and we also have the tugboats that is used in pulling and sailing vessels. We also have them closer at berth. And this is what gave birth to the jetty at Terminal 3. Yeah.
How long did it take you to get it started and completed?
Yeah. As I told you, we actually started this the jetty operations only this 1st of March 2023.
Right.
Yeah, and we have actually is currently in operations, and we are even moving a step as usual, and in our focus on continuous improvement too. Now we have actually contracting for the construction of another marine building. That will help in terms of, it will bring more facilities for those working on the jetty and also for our professional team.
So what are some of the things you are looking to achieve with this new Hovercraft Jetty? What impact do you expect it to make, apart from ensuring quick turnaround time? You gave us a breakdown of the studies you've done, which resulted, the first one in 55%, and then the other in... Yeah. What impact are you expected to...
Yeah, we met again some few weeks ago with the whole stakeholder, the team, the Harbour Master and the team, the portal, and we actually decided to give ourselves a target that by the end of June, for the idle time for departure, as I said, currently we are about 154 minutes. We want to bring it down to 90 minutes by June, because once we have the jetty closed, we think we can shave a lot of time on it. So if we are targeting to bring it 90, and in June we'll meet again and also then see how we can also bring it down by the end of the year to 60 minutes. We are dream 60 minutes, similar to what happens in the world-class terminal.
Yes.
And the same thing for the arrival to, as I said, we are currently 54 minutes. We want to bring it down to 40 minutes by June, then 30 minutes by the end of the year. And I know that we've actually, together, when we're supposed to work together, as we have done previously, the last year, we've been able to achieve a lot.
Yes.
So when we continue with this thing, we'll be able to meet this target. These are targets that is not something that we cannot meet. We will definitely be able to meet. And the second thing is that now we will also have the pilots and the tag masters and all those things closer. Yeah. So it will help in terms of communication, in terms of speed up all the processes. And we think it will gain on it. And also the last one is that now, we would, the GPHA will not be able to burn fuel from traveling from Terminal 1 to Terminal 3 and vice versa. It will save them a lot of fuel, which I think it also help the situation.
Away from that, we also had an interaction with Kadiri Rashad, who is the programs manager at CropLife Ghana. This organization has within its membership dealers of agro-inputs such as fertilizers, pesticides, and so on. He lamented that government has not been able to grant a tax exemption that they were expecting so they can clear their goods at the port. And as a matter of fact, there are a lot of goods stuck at the port, and these agro-inputs have not been able to get onto the market. Let us hear what he had to say on this particular subject and what he expects from government.
And, we are not laughing as an industry because most of our member companies have their goods locked up at the ports due to the high charges that are coming up. Hitherto, last year, the president assented his signature on the Tax Exemptions Act, 2022 Act 1083, and that Tax Exemptions Act was supposed to regulate Ghana's tax exemption regime. And I mean, it was a laudable idea because it was supposed to streamline tax exemptions so that those leakages will be blocked. But interestingly, agri-inputs were not captured in any form in the Tax Exemptions Act, considering the importance agriculture plays in the economic development of Ghana. One would have expected that agri-inputs would have been a major must in the Tax Exemptions Act. But fortunately, the same act makes up for agri-inputs such that it gives the Ministry of Finance the prerogative to work with various sector ministries so that those sector ministries would put into writings requesting for special tax exemptions for their ministries. And then this will be granted at the ports for them to be cleared. It came as good news, and then on the 10th of January this year, the Minister of Agriculture, the former Minister of Agriculture, Akoto, put in writing and then requested for special tax exemptions to be granted to agri-inputs. And this list includes pesticides, fertilizers, seeds, livestock equipment, all manner of agricultural inputs. Requesting for these exemptions to be granted as way back as 10th January this year. And as we speak now, these exemptions hasn't been granted.
When did he do that? When did he?
10th January 2023,
okay.
yes.
Okay, 2023, okay.
So, and as we speak now, 3 months plus these exemptions are not granted. And the thing about this is that whilst these goods are stuck at the ports, they are attracting high interest cost, demurrages, yes, and other costs at the port. And this, if it is not swiftly acted upon, some of our member companies, I mean, they can't simply bear the cost anymore and have gone ahead to clear some of the goods at higher cost.
Yes.
I'll give you an example. Last year, one of our companies cleared 15 containers of pesticides. And the total tax amount was about 64,000 that he paid.
Right.
This year, without the tax exemptions, he's not even importing 15, he's importing 10 containers. And he's paying close to 442,000 Ghana cedis. That's huge.
It is.
That is huge. And for me, talking about food security is going to be affected.
Yeah.
Last year, I take it back to last year because that is the base year. When we started off the year, January, February, a bottle of pesticide, for instance, started off the market with about 20 Ghana cedis. And even with the tax exemptions, before we closed the year, that same bottle of pesticide hit close to 60 Ghana cedis. Right. Partly due to the currency fluctuation, as we all were aware. Yes. So even with exemptions, look at the trend of prices for last year, from 20 cedis to 60 Ghana cedis. Yes. Now, if our companies are going to clear these same products at very high cost, what is going to happen to the cost of inputs? At worst, if government doesn't hear our plea, our companies will have no option than to pass on the cost to the ordinary farmer. Sure. And when it goes to the ordinary farmer, how many of them can purchase these inputs? So that is why I said we are not laughing. It is a call we are making on government to, as a matter of agency, the Ministry of Finance, to grant those tax exemptions to agri-inputs, considering the fact that agriculture plays a very vital role in the economic development of Ghana.
So once you pay all these and the tax exemptions come, it means that you are going to get your refunds. Is that right?
Yes, so that is what we are also looking at, because sometimes with the way government machinery is, once the monies get into government coffers, it's difficult to bring these monies back to our companies in terms of refund. So we are still engaging, as I said, with the Ministry of Finance and then the Ministry of Agri to find a solution to this, so that all those members that have gone ahead to clear their goods after the 10th of January will be subject to refund.
Let us now pick a few comments on the subjects we have just discussed after we go on break, and we'll be back with more news. Hi, can Rashad educate us on some of the taxes charged on agro-input supplies? My name is Papa.
We are looking at customs duty, VAT, get fund charges, net VAT, COVID-19 levy, special import levy, and other levies under the Exemptions Act.
You pay all these?
Yes. So our companies pay all these taxes.
How do they come by the number of containers stuck at the port? This is Obi from Tamale.
So not all of them have their goods ready at the ports. The few that we have, we have their numbers. And as I mentioned, the average is about 80, 90. And we have close to, as it stands now, close to 13, 14 companies whose goods are currently at the ports as we speak. And others are still on their way.
Every now and again, Goil makes good things happen. This time, Goil has introduced Super XP Ron 95, a higher grade fuel loaded with additives and yet sold at the same price as normal fuel. Goil Super XP Ron 95 enhances engine performance like never before. It maintains the engine by keeping it clean from carbon deposits. Goil Super XP Ron 95 is designed to burn slowly and thus improves fuel economy, making you save money after several kilometers. Goil Super XP Ron 95 gives you a smooth driving experience, that is, less vibrations. Fill up with Goil Super XP Ron 95. Now there's no need to pay more for any higher grade fuel. Goil has that sorted. Goil, good energy.
then pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, streetlights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Impressive factory. If only I had listened to you, I wouldn't have been in this mess. That devastating fire virtually wiped out the whole factory and my warehouse.
Remember my misfortunes last year? Serene Insurance Asset All Risk Fire policy that I took were there to pay for my damaged stocks in the warehouse, and my machines that were affected by the floods have been replaced. My accident vehicle is back on the road thanks to Serene Insurance motor policy. Currently, my goods are on the high seas covered with their marine cargo insurance policy. I was just telling Ajima about Serene Insurance. Oh, Ajima, tell him more.
As a road contractor, I make sure I do my contractors all risk insurance for the projects and then workers' compensation for all the workers on site. With Serene Insurance, they will make sure they will cover your unknown tomorrow today.
Serene Insurance, a new face of insurance. Call us now.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
Welcome back from the break. Now it's time for our local news segment. The International Maritime Organization encourages the promotion of a common approach to investigating marine casualty and incidents. The IMO is also keen on promoting cooperation between states in identifying the factors that contribute to marine casualties. To this end, a 2-week national workshop that builds on best practices in marine casualty and marine incident investigation is ongoing in Accra. Organized by the Ghana Maritime Authority, the workshop seeks to enhance the capacities of personnel to carry out investigations into marine casualties and incidents in accordance with the IMO Casualty Investigation Code. According to the IMO Regional Coordinator for West and Central Africa, Captain Dallas Lai, although the IMO recognizes the complexities associated with aligning procedures, it is important and timely to establish a robust mandatory framework for the conduct of investigations.
Just last year, in July 2022, the IMO Secretary General, Mr. Kitak Lim, mentioned how in 2021, the Secretariat has undertook several initiatives to enhance the reporting rates of maritime safety investigations. He felt that a more advanced data analysis of casualty and incident data is the next milestone which could hugely benefit in identifying trends and development of risk-based recommendations to better inform IMO's regulatory work and policy development.
The Deputy Director General in charge of Finance and Administration at the Ghana Maritime Authority, Yao Akosa Inchi, enumerated some of the works done in Ghana in the area of marine casualty investigation.
The authority, in its frantic efforts towards casualty investigations, has collaborated with the Navy to set up various committees to investigate various incidents that have unfortunately occurred over the years. Chief amongst them include the MV Madamfo, MV Comforter 2, and other unfortunate incidents on our lakes and inland waters. In all these incidents, the authority is proud to say that the committee of experts that were set up took pains to identify the remote causes before, towards, during the incident, and not just the immediate causes. These investigations have provided the authority with informed facts and figures which have been shared with the IMO via the Global Integrated Shipping Information System and will form a basis of this training.
Ghana's leading oil marketing company, Goil, has continued on its drive to modernize its service stations across the country. The company has reopened the Community One service station in Tema, which underwent refurbishment in recent months. The company is therefore entreating customers to visit the station for quality fuels and products.
We've refurbished this beautiful station right here in the center of Tema, that is Community One. We're doing this to tell our customers that we appreciate them and we want the best things for them. We are assuring them of good customer service as we've opened the station. So we're calling on the trotro, the taxi, the private cars to all come on board because we've opened the station and we are assuring them of top-notch service. We're telling them that when they come to Community One station, they will be warmly received. They're going to get good products, of course, from Goil, the right quantity and at the right quality. They will meet friendly attendants here to serve them. We have a lube bay, which is also going to be operational soon, so drivers can also come here and have their servicing. Yes, we have the Go Cafe. The Go Cafe is opening soon. We are assuring them that they're also going to get the basic things they need as they come to the station. We'll have our lubricants and other stuff that they can get from the shop.
Goil is a brand that everyone in Ghana should be associated with. First of all, it's our own company. Another reason you should be with Goil is that we are selling RON 95, which is a premium product, but we are giving it to you at the price of the normal super.
Let us now turn our attention to the global stage and pick a few international shipping and maritime related news. Chinese shipbuilder Hudong Zhonghua Shipbuilding has delivered the giant 24,116 TEU container ship MSC Tessa to its owner Mediterranean Shipping Company. The massive vessel was independently designed by Hudong Zhonghua and it belongs to the category of the world's largest container ships based on its capacity. The shipyard said that the vessel is actually the largest vessel delivered so far, breaking the record of Ever a Lot, which was handed over in June last year. The giant box ship was ordered for MSC in 2020 as part of a 4-vessel deal worth an estimated $600 million. It comes equipped with a hybrid scrubber, small bubbles bow, large diameter propellers, and energy-saving ducts. The 400-meter-long ship has a deck area close to 4 standard football fields and can carry more than 240,000 tons of cargo at a time. Hudong Zhonghua Shipbuilding said that the second ship from the series has completed sea trials and that the third and fourth container ships are also under construction. The shipbuilder expects all 3 vessels to be delivered before August. A new milestone in the construction of the Icon of the Seas, Royal Caribbean International's first LNG-powered cruise vessel, has been achieved with the start of the first multi-fuel engine at the Meyer Turku shipyard. Said to be the world's most advanced and largest ship with environmentally friendly features, Icon of the Seas has 6 Wärtsilä main engines that can use both diesel and natural gas fuel. The Finnish shipbuilder started construction on the Icon of the Seas in June 2021 and installed an LNG fuel tank in November 2021. The ship was launched on 9th December 2022 and moved to the outfitting dock. Icon of the Seas is Royal Caribbean's first ship that runs on LNG and utilizes fuel cell technology. All right, now to our Word of the Day segment where we introduce words, phrases, jargons, and terminologies so you can get familiar with them. Today we are going to tell you what ULCV stands for. An ultra-large container vessel is a container ship of typically 15,000 to 24,500 TEU capacity. Let's take a look at the schedule of vessels that have berth in the ports of Tema and Accra and at the anchorages of both ports, and those expected in the coming weeks, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rate, which you may need to know to clear your cargo with. This brings us to the close of today's edition of Iron Port. We hope you've been informed and educated. Remember, all Iron Port content can be found on our YouTube channel, Eye on Port. Please subscribe, like, and give us feedback. Thank you for watching.